Welcome to Ask the Beauty Advisor, a podcast that answers your health and beauty questions. Hosted by health and beauty advisor, Deanna Lynn.
Hey there, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ask the Beauty Advisor. This is the podcast where we talk about all things health and beauty. And today, on today's episode, I have a guest for you. My guest for today is Meghan Montgomery. Now, Meghan's not a skincare professional, but she is building a business with skincare. And we're going to be talking to her and finding out exactly how she's going about doing that. So we are going to be talking a little business and then a little beauty. We're going to be talking about Meghan's business, but we're also going to be talking about some of the beauty products that Meghan represents, some of the ones that I've used and really fell in love with. And now, before I bring Meghan on, I just want to remind you to sign up for our monthly newsletter. If you want more health and beauty information, the monthly newsletter goes into a little bit more detail, and I have a lot more articles. I have recipes and beauty treatments in the monthly newsletter. So if that's something that you're interested in and you think you can benefit from, then please sign up for the monthly newsletter. I have a link to the monthly newsletter in the show notes, or you can go to Ask the Beauty Advisor on Facebook, or you can go to askthebeautyadvisor.com, which is my blog. You can sign up from those two places. All right, with that being said, we do have a lot to talk about today, so why don't we go ahead and bring Meghan on? Hello, Meghan. How are you? Welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here.
Hello, Deanna, aka the Beauty Advisor. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you tonight.
Well, you're quite welcome. I've been looking forward to our little conversation. We're going to be doing something kind of new today. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of your beauty products. But I want to share with our listeners today, because we do have a lot of estheticians and professional beauty people who listen to the show, other ways in which beauty professionals can make money. Now, I know that you didn't come from a beauty professional background, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's first start with, what exactly are your professional talents?
Thank you for asking. Prior to this business, I was a medic in the Air Force. I worked with patients for 12 years, and as a patient caregiver, you learn about different medical ailments, so on and so forth. And one of the things that I was always very passionate about was patients that came in with, skin issue or skin concerns. So that is where I kind of got a little bit of my background, and I've done a lot of dermatology research. I am by no means a professional, but I do believe in good skincare, and I think that at the end of the day, it does kind of boost one's morale.
Right. I find myself that skincare is a very interesting topic, and I've had an interest in it since I was very young. So I totally understand your passion for it. But now tell me, how did you get involved with network marketing?
I'll be honest, I had no desire to get in with network marketing. I began using some of the Rodan and Field products in March of 2016. I was deployed to Afghanistan, and I will tell you, the water there is awful, and it's highly chlorinated. So no matter what I used, my skin just always felt dry, felt dull. When you're in a war zone, I know it's not something that one needs to be concerned about by any means. However, at the end of the day, I feel better. I can do my job better when I feel better. So a friend of mine had said, had some Rodan and Fields products that she was like, try this out. And she had been working on me for quite a while to try these products, but I just decided, okay, I'm deployed. I'll try anything out to get a little bit of extra moisture and also fix a couple of little skincare issues. So I transitioned and decided to take a chance.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you started out as a customer, fell in love with the products, and then decided to turn it into a business. Is that right?
Pretty much, yes. And I guess I need to rewind just a little bit more. So this was March of 2016, and a friend of mine, Lacey, she had, been posting information about Rodan and Fields on Facebook for about a year. And I kept asking questions, but, I was like, okay, well, tell me about this, tell me about this. But I decided, let me try this product out because I'm seeing so many fantastic results. And that was where I decided to initially become a customer. So for the first year and a half, I was a customer. I was not a consultant. I tried the products, I used the products, and then it became part of my daily routine. Like I would have conversations with my fiance, at night. Nope, I get 10 minutes before we go to bed. I get to do my beauty regimens because this is part of my day. And it honestly just made me feel better.
Now, prior to this opportunity, had you ever been involved with any network marketing company?
I have been involved in one other one, but I was never full-on consultant. I joined on with another company because I wanted to do for coupon purposes. I wanted to buy products at a cheaper price. I wanted to get the best bang for my buck. Still guilty, but I'm not going to name names by any means, but I did join on with another business, but I did it for personal use. I did it for concealment purposes, not correction purposes. And by concealment, meaning I could purchase makeup to cover all of the skincare issues that I wanted to hide. As I've gotten older, as I've gotten, especially since I've started using Rodan and Fields, like I don't want to conceal my skin. I want to fix some of the issues. And so that is where I decided to sign on with Rodan and Fields and become an actual consultant using the products because I had seen proven results and then actually market them and advertise them. And I didn't feel like I could do that with the former product that I was using because it was for concealment purposes.
Well, I applaud you for that because so many people are just into the quick fix, but you decided you wanted to get to the root of the problem and correct the problems that you were having with your skin.
Exactly. I work full-time, when I'm not doing skincare. I'm a full-time student. I just completed a master's degree. We are all going through different walks of life, and sleep is few and far between at times. And so I found that I was having to cover and conceal a lot of like my skincare issues because I was, sleep deprived / just working on different things that I didn't want to sell a product that was all about concealment. I wanted to, that's where Rodan and Fields came in, was like, yes, I'm still a little sleep deprived at times. However, when I wake up in the morning, I have glowing skin. So on the off chance I don't want to spend 20 to 45 minutes putting on full makeup, I can put on a little bit of blush and mascara and go to work, and people are going to say, how are you? As opposed to, are you feeling okay today? Do you need to go home? And that has been one of the biggest motivations for me ever since I started using these products was sometimes I don't wear makeup to work, and I'm okay with that because people don't think I'm sick or sleep deprived. They're like, you look great. And that's something that, that I needed in my life.
So now that you have been involved with network marketing, are you considering also becoming a consultant for, well, we didn't mention any names here, but for the concealer or cover-up company that you've been using?
I'm completely dedicated to Rodan and Fields right now because, like I said, for me, my motto right now is correction versus concealment, because I don't think that we should have to spend 20 to 45 minutes to an hour and a half getting ready just to, attack your day. You should be able to feel comfortable in your skin and be you and have people see you as opposed to the layers that you put on to cover and correct.
Well, I certainly have to agree with you on that. And I think most of us skincare professionals would agree with you. But now, tell us a little bit more about your experience with makeup and skincare while you were in Afghanistan.
I did not wear a lot of makeup by any means when I was in Afghanistan, but as a patient caregiver, I treated patients, and I found that sometimes, on tired days, patients were a little bit more standoffish with me if I looked like I was in a war zone, which I was, so it was appropriate. But when I was able to just have a little bit of a glow, or just, and I'm talking just basic, where you're not trying to hide acne, you're not caking on foundation or anything like that, where you're just able to talk to a patient, they were a little bit more open to tell you what their symptoms were, to tell you how they were feeling, so that you could provide better care. And so that's where, once I started using this product, I found that I didn't have to wear makeup, that I was completely okay with just my skin, and patients actually responded to it. And that made me feel good because, we do live in a cynical world, and it's unfortunate, but people respond to the way you look. So when you look like you haven't slept in days, they go out of their way to not inconvenience you, even though you're taking care of them. So for me, it was something that helped me because I felt like I looked better. I felt like I looked like I was ready to attack whatever their needs were, as opposed to worrying about how I looked.
Exactly. Good answer. I think we all do a better job when we feel more confident about the way we look. Now, besides the beauty benefits that you've been getting from Rodan and Fields, were there any other reasons why you decided to make it a business?
From a business standpoint, this company is growing. We're currently available in the United States and Canada, and we're getting ready to launch in Australia. And the business plan is basically set out that we want to launch in a new country every year for the next several years. And reading the financials, because like I said, I have a master's degree in business administration with a focus in project management. So I care about financials. I care about, where is this product going? Where is this company going? And they have been going off the charts over the last 4 years, and they continue to meet their expectations, meet their goals, and then grow each year. And so I was like, that's something that I'm willing to take a chance on, especially as a brand new entrepreneur, a brand new business person, that this company is growing and they have the financials and the background to back it up.
So it looked like a good investment in your future, right?
Absolutely.
Tell us, Meghan, how exactly are you marketing yourself? What are some of your prospecting tools? Since you don't have a client base, how are you getting the word out there about your business?
So I've been using a lot of social media over the last month and a half. So I decided, I did a lot of research and decided that, let me go ahead and try Facebook to start off with, because I'm relatively comfortable with Facebook and, witty posts here and there. So I started putting the products out there, and I had friends and family that were like, okay, tell me more. And then I'm slowly branching out into other different social medias, Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth, to get the product out there. But I found that the best thing that I've been using so far has been word of mouth.
So you really haven't invested any money in Facebook ads or anything like that?
I have invested into a couple of Facebook ads, boost your posts. And again, I am by no means a professional. I am learning as I go. And that's the beauty of this business is I'm at a point in my life where I can do this and see like what the marketing tools are out there. And each time, so I have probably spent, I would say, tops $20 in the month and a half that I am doing off of the Facebook advertisements, but I've gotten 3 different leads off of it, which leads me into push versus pull advertisements. Because I don't want to sit there and just push all of this information onto my friends and family if they want to try it out.
Right.
I want to give them the opportunity to try it out, but I don't want to feel like they're pressured to do this, which is why I wanted to look into pull advertisement, which is where Facebook advertising has come in extremely handy. And I've already gotten a return on an investment just from spending $20 on boosting an ad. It's just a matter of figuring out the right words and what to say to people.
Well, kudos for you for doing your own Facebook ads. Facebook can be overwhelming and complicated for some of us. And I would love to be able to hire somebody to do some marketing for me. But unfortunately, marketing is very expensive. So you are doing all your own marketing at this point.
It's a learning process, but it's been absolutely beneficial. And I have had an amazing sponsor who is coaching me and teaching me on how to do things. But sometimes I just, I thrive for knowledge and I'm a trust verifier. So sometimes I want to do little marketing things just to test out and see what the marketing network is, just to see what works for other people.
Now, speaking of sponsors, when a person chooses a network marketing company, how important do you feel it is that they also choose an active or involved sponsor?
I think having an active sponsor is critical. My sponsor is amazing, and she basically never pushed me and said, when the time is right, you want to do this. And then she has coached me along the way. She has given me several different avenues of, building my business, never pushed me to get, more consultants or signed under me, because I made it apparent, or I made it very apparent from the beginning was I don't want to build my business while I'm learning how to run a business. And I wanted to learn about all of the products as opposed to specifically the products that just interested me. Because how can I sell a product that I've never used? And there are products that I've never used, but I've done a lot of research and I've had a lot of conversations with people that have used these products. So the sponsor is absolutely important. And that's where I'm at in my business now is I'm ready to sponsor somebody and tell them everything that I've learned, tell them, the mistakes that I've made, and help them grow so that they can beat me in their initial goals. Just because it's important to sit down and write down your goals. That way your goals are achieved. Not easier, but they're more attainable.
Right. That's exactly right. So what do you feel works best for you, prospecting online or in person?
They're both synonymous. They go hand in hand. Facebook is easy because you can sit there and you can come up with an advertisement or you can come up with a post and you can put it out there. In this business, you have to be okay with somebody telling you no. So Facebook is a fantastic asset because you're not necessarily going to get a no to your face that's going to kind of deplete your confidence. However, I have found that talking to people face to face goes a little bit further, but it doesn't go further than the social media because the social media gives you that instantaneous, they're either interested or they're not, and you're probably going to get a couple of leads. It worked for me. However, I have found that by talking to people on a day-to-day basis, for example, numerous people ask me on a day-to-day basis, how old are you? And I'm like, well, that's not a very appropriate question. How old do you think I am? And they give me a number or they give me an age. And I'm like, well, you can add about 4 to 5 years to that. No way. What's your secret? And 6 months ago, before I started Rodan and Fields, I would have always said sunscreen and vitamins. Now I say sunscreen, vitamins, and Rodan and Fields. They ask me, what is Rodan and Fields? And then we start talking. But I also use daily conversations, with people. Somebody asks you a question, or you're going somewhere, or you meet random people in the store, or you're at the vet and they're talking about, I have to ship my dog needs to be shipped to Japan. Like, I've never done this. Well, I haven't done this, but my fiance has. And so here's my card. And so I'll give my Rodan and Fields card. And they're like, oh, what's Rodan and Fields? Next thing you know, we're talking about shipping pets overseas because of military PCSs. And we're also talking about skincare. So it's just a matter of finding a way to bring up Rodan and Fields, or just great skincare in general, in daily conversations.
Wow, Meghan, that's really a great tip. Thank you for sharing that with us. Meghan, do you find that people are more interested in buying skincare or starting a business?
I'm still doing my research on that right now, because I find that from where I was at with my initial goals, I have not been building the business. And, other consultants would probably say you should be building your business from the beginning, but my goal was to get the product out there. So a lot of people that I have talked to, they're so skeptical about spending a certain amount of money on skincare. And so that's been what I've been focusing on, is selling the product, talking about why, okay, yes, this product might be anywhere from $139 to $179 as a preferred customer. But if you're spending $4.60 each day on a grande mocha frappuccino, it adds up. What are you willing to invest in? So I've been my business plans lately have been to explain why it's okay for you to invest money into your face.
Excellent. Now, Meghan, tell us something that maybe surprised you about being involved with network marketing, and also tell us something that you wish you had have known before you got involved with network marketing.
Beforehand, if I could go back, hindsight being 2020, things that I would have done differently. I did a lot of research, but I would have done a little bit more on market level MLM. I would have done more on that, as opposed to, this is a product that I love. I want to get these products at a discount, and I want to share them. I would have done more on learning about how to market the product. And by that, I mean, I would have looked into purchasing a domain so that I had a website that was easy to find, as opposed to https:// X, Y, and Z. I would have found what I did and did www.glowwithmegan.com. And then I would have done my email, and I would have done all of the little business things that go along with building a business before I started the business, so that everything was aligned. And it's no fault to anybody, but these are things that you learn as you go. And anybody that ever signs up to be a consultant with me, not under me, because this is not a business that I think that I'm the boss. No, you are the boss of your own business. I want to give you the tools and the stuff that I've learned, so that we can go from there. But that was the biggest thing that like I would have changed. However, the other question that you asked, what's something that surprised you? It's actually not that hard. When you find a product that you love and you believe in, it's easy to sell if you're willing to make the time and talk about it. You know, no person is ever just going to buy a product. I mean, there are people that will buy products, but most people in this business or who are interested in these products, they want to know, how is this going to benefit me? And that's what you have to have the time for, is to just be able to sit there and say, these were my results with X, Y, and Z. This is what I saw. It's no guarantee, but we do offer a 60-day guarantee. If you're not impressed with this, that's okay. This wasn't the product for you, but from everybody that I've talked to so far, they are impressed with the results that they're seeing and understand that any beauty product that's going to work takes time. Nothing is instantaneous.
Yes, that's exactly right. So now tell us, starting a new business, you're starting a new business. What are some of the obstacles that you've had to face?
Me personally, I work full time. I have a job that keeps me busy from 8 to 4:30 every day. And I find that most of the time I get the most amazing leads, but at the most random times that I am focusing on work. However, I get a message, and so I will make it a point to say, yes, I want to talk about this. Will you be free this evening? But I found that time has been like one of my biggest obstacles right now. And so I've been doing some research on when to market and when to put things out there.
We've been talking a lot about the business, but I want to kind of transition into talking about some of the products that I've had the pleasure of using, and some of the products that I really love. So let's just talk about a couple of the products. One of the products that I love is the Lash Boost. I've been using the Lash Boost for about a week now, and wow, I can't believe it. My eyelashes are really starting to look longer and fuller. So why does the product work? I mean, what's in the product? Why does it work? And tell us a little bit about your experience with the product.
It has a ton of natural peptides and, vitamins inside of it. And that's why the results are there. I was skeptical because I have tried different products. I've tried mascaras that have some kind of serum inside of it that makes them look longer, fuller looking, longer looking. And it was, no, I felt like I had tarantulas on my eyes. When I found out that, Lash Boost was out, I was like, okay, so how does this work? And, did a little bit of research, asked a bunch of questions, and they were like, no, you use it at night. One swipe on the left, one swipe on the right. Okay. Took a picture. And then 8 days later, I was putting on my, morning mascara, and I put on one coat of mascara, and I actually noticed my eyelashes. I know that we always see our eyelashes, but there's a difference between seeing something and noticing/seeing it. Because I went back and did a double take, and I was like, that's longer. So, of course, I went back and looked at the pictures, and I was like, I think this is working. And then, of course, I did a little bit more research, and I was looking at other pictures. But it's peptides and vitamins that are basically going into your natural eyelashes and building them and making them darker and more luscious.
Now, I have used eyelash serums in the past. Some are better than the others, but the good ones are always expensive. The downside is that if you stop using it over time, your lashes will revert back to their original state. But for me, it's worth it. When I have longer, fuller eyelashes, my eyes stand out more and I look more youthful. And for somebody my age, that's important. I really love the eyelash booster.
Any product you use, the moment you stop using it, when you stop getting those vitamins, it's going to decrease. It's going to slow down. But I would rather, again, it goes back to correction versus concealment. And I would rather spend, because that lash boost can last up to, it's supposed to last for 6 months, but from the reviews that I've seen and the marketing research that I've done, there are people that are using the same tube for up to 3 to 4 months.
It will last up to at least 6 months. And for me, it'll last up to a year, because once my lashes get to a certain point where the process is completed, I don't use it every night. Then maybe I use it once or twice a week. So I can prolong a tube of eyelash serum for maybe as long as a year.
Exactly.
So pretty much after a couple of weeks, you can use the eyelash serum just once or twice a week just to maintain your lashes.
Just to maintain, and I would rather spend a little bit more money on that.
Well, when you consider how expensive eyelash extensions are and what a hassle it is to have to go and have those done every few weeks, or even the false eyelashes, what a pain it is to have to put those false eyelashes on, and really it's like wearing a wig. You know, your hair will get thinner if you wear a wig all the time. Well, wearing false eyelashes, your eyelashes will become thinner too. Not to mention you can't use eye makeup remover or they'll fall off. And then you even mentioned using some of those mascaras that have the fibers in them gives you that tarantula eye look, which could be in fashion now. I don't know. But those fibers, I've tried some of those mascaras with the fibers. Those fibers end up in my eyes and everything else. So it just makes sense that eyelash serums are the way to go. In the long run, you'll be spending less money and it's less of a hassle. So anyway, I want to talk about another product that I love. This is one that you recommended to me, and that is the Rodan & Fields eye cream. So let's talk a little bit about that. Now, this was a product that you were very excited about. So can you tell us about the results or the benefits that you've gotten from using the product?
Okay, so this is hands down my favorite product. If I smile, I had eye dimples. When you smile, you have those little eye dimples or, like dark under circles. And it just stressed me out because heaven forbid you're taking a great picture. Next thing you know, you see your dimples. Well, I tried this product and within 2 days, the dimples were gone. Within about 9 days, the dark circles were diminished. And it's just for a lot of people who are looking at beauty products, we're all kind of a product of now. We want to see results and we want to see them sooner than later. And the Redefined Multifunction Eye Cream was the product for me. It was the one that hooked me and sold me because I saw results. And, we talked about age earlier, but, I had starting to get a couple of little laugh lines around my eyes, and they're gone. And the dimples, gone. It's just an amazing product. And if anybody's interested, I do have a couple of little samples, and I would love to share them because this is the one product that hooked and reeled me in because it works. And I'm curious, have you seen any results?
Oh, yes. One of my biggest beauty flaws are my under-eye dark circles. I have tremendously dark under-eye circles. I've had them since I was a small child. I've always been conscious of them. So I'm always looking for anything that will help with the dark circles. And the product worked very well for me within a couple of days. So I'm with you on it. I fell in love with the product also.
Exactly what sold me. Like I said, I started using these products when I was deployed in Afghanistan, and I was trying to be as minimalistic as possible. My flight schedules were all over the place, so I was exhausted all the time just because you were jumping time zones and whatnot. But I got this multi-function eye cream, and that was like, the big thing that I asked, Lacey. I was like, hey, I need something for my eyes. I look tired. Doesn't matter what I do, no matter what, my eyes, like I have these dimples, and it's just frustrating because your eyes are the door to your soul. And so many people would be like, are you okay? I'm fine. And I started using this eye cream, and within about 2 days, they were gone. So it didn't matter that I was physically exhausted. I didn't look exhausted, and therefore I felt like people gave me just a little bit more credibility.
Yes, and I also found that the eye cream worked really quickly. Now, Meghan, we are out of time for today, but if any of the listeners would like to know a little bit more about your products or your business, where can they contact you?
So if anybody is interested in learning more about Rodan in the Field products or business opportunities, you can go to www.glowwithmeghan. Meghan is spelled with an H, so that's going to be glow with MEGHAN.com. I'm currently offering a couple of little incentives for new preferred customers, as well as people that are kind of on the edge of wanting to take a chance for, starting a business for themselves. As a new entrepreneur, as a new businesswoman, I'm going to be here every step of the way, and I'm going to guide you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made, but at the same point, your business possibly comes out a little bit stronger than what I started out with. So if you're interested in talking, you can reach me at email at glowwithmeghanrf@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook. My page is at glowwithmeghan, and we can talk from there.
Great. And I also have Meghan's contact information in today's show notes. So Meghan, before you go, can you leave us with one of your favorite motivating quotes?
One of my most favorite motivating quotes, it's not anything that anybody knows. It's just something near and dear to my heart. My best friend, Jessica, my former roommate, she always used to tell me, not where I thought I would be, but exactly where I'm supposed to be. And that is something that I live by on a daily basis, because we're all going through different trials and tribulations, and it's all about taking those experiences and growing from them. So hindsight being 2020, I am not where I thought I would be, but I am exactly where I should be, and I look forward to tomorrow.
Excellent, Meghan. I loved talking to you today. It was a lot of fun. We'll have to have you back again. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
Ask the Beauty Advisor is a part of the Beauty Radio Network. If you have a podcast or need help in starting a podcast and would like to be a part of a free, supportive network, then learn more by contacting Deanna at beautyradionetwork.com.